Hello, hello, hello. I'm here. Hey, is anybody out there? Woohoo, it's technical difficulty day. Do we have anybody? 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 Any takers? Am I here? Who's here? Who's here? Oh, look, they're coming in. Hey, yay. Can everybody hear me? Everybody can hear me. You can't hear me. No one can hear me. Yes, people can hear me. You can hear me. Let me know you hear me. Rock on. Everybody can hear me. So, how is everybody tonight? This is a little bit of change in plans here, but you know what I say? You got to roll with the punches. You got to do what you got to do to keep the show moving forward. So, we're going to do exactly that. This isn't exactly what we planned, but I'm going to move the show forward. And I have a special surprise for you. Now, if you want, I have my bag of runes here. Bag of roonies. My bag of roonies. Does anybody know what runes are? Think hieroglyphics, but older. Oh, you see those orbs flying around? I got my Christmas green on. Look it. You see it? See it going over my head? So I have my orbs here. Hey, hi, Kuldeep. Hi, Vanessa. Paige. Hi. Tired of the cold. Hi, Chris. Hi. Here's Walter. Hi, Walter. Hi, Marie. Hi, Shirley. Swathi. Hey, Zoe. How are you? Suzanne. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my runes. I'm going to do some readings for you, and I'm going to use my runes, and I'm going to shake my bag up, and I'm going to offer some guidance. So, oh, Marla, thanks. Do you like my hair? Thank you. I got my grays coming in. So, if you're here and you have a question, type it, type it in the comments, and I will absolutely answer your question. I'll do as many as I can. How about that? Working and listening to B. Yes, I'd love a reading, but I love you anyway. Oh, Kelly, I love you too. Hey, Diana. Hi, Cody. Okay, so put your question here. Don't make it a general question, because when you say well, you know what? I got the runes, but try to be specific if you don't mind. I'll take a sip of coffee, and we'll see what we got here. Hi, Julie. Sunny San Diego. All right. What do you see coming in the new year? Personal life, career, etc. Any guidance coming in from spirit guides? Okay, so what I'm going to do, how about this? Post your questions with the intention that you are going to get the answers that you most need. Okay, and I'm just going to pull some runes, and I'm going to give some really, really specific guidance. Okay, so let me go into my little bag of runes. And if you don't know what runes are, you can look them up online. All right, so I've got some runes. I'm going to give a message. You've asked your question, and we're going to get to business here. So let me just come over here and see. Oh, Chris, your recent hip surgery. Oh my God, I forgot all about it. Chris, how'd you make out? Okay, Small Wildflowers needs to hear anything. So with that said, let's do anything. So Small Wildflowers, this is for you, but I want everybody to listen up. Here's the message. If you do not let go of the side and float and trust, you're going to be in a position to go under. So you think holding on to what makes you feel secure is the only way to go. You have a sense of security for what you're holding on to, whether it's the side of the pool and you don't want to go in the deep end, or you're holding on to a job or a relationship. But in reality, if you were to just let go and relax and sink into it, you would float and you would find that life would be much, much easier. Your holding on is creating the stress, the anxiety, and the angst. Remember that. Let it go. Now, learning to let it go means you're going to need to find strength. There's something coming up, and will I do well in my new position? Christy Hadley asks. Christy, it's going to take a lot of strength, and it's going to take a lot of perseverance, and it's going to take a lot of determination. And if you get to a place where you think, oh, this isn't what I want, you need to reprioritize, because where you are is where you need to be right now. Hold your own until at least March. If you want to change, maybe March is the time, but hold your own. Get used to it. Lynn says, will I meet the man I am supposed to be with? Love you, V. Oh, Lynn, thank you. That's so nice. So will I meet the man I'm supposed to be with? Here's the answer to that question, Lynn, and anybody else that's looking to meet someone. Will I meet the man I'm supposed to be with? Here's the question. Will you get out and about and move yourself in the direction that aligns with what you are passionate about? So what does that mean? If you are somebody who doesn't do anything and you go to work and you come home and that's all that you do, chances are slim to none. But here's the reality. There is a man. I can feel him in your energy field. And once you engage in what it is you're passionate about, whether it's taking a class, whether it's you moving into a new space for your business, or whether it's taking a trip for work, or whether it's going home for the holidays, have the intention that you are open and you are ready for the right relationship to come in. How's that? Surrender, absolutely. Petriana, I would like to know about my career, move back to North Carolina, be financially, emotionally, spiritually favored for better for 2023. So let's see what 2023 has come up for Petriana. I hope I said that right. I have, those of you that know me know I have troubles with saying with names. So what the message is all about here is make sure you're paying attention, because breadcrumbs are being dropped. You're seeing signs of what's next. You need to pay attention to the breadcrumbs. Now, the breadcrumbs might be, another word for that might be signs, symbols. The path is outlined for you to get back there. You need to be willing to do what it takes to follow the breadcrumbs. 2023 looks like you're on track for the end of a cycle. So something's ending and something's beginning, and it's hard to tell where and what goes with, but that's for anybody that needs to hear that message. You know, one person might ask the question, but it can be for anybody. Jody, am I going to get to live in my dream place? Jody, here's the guidance. This is so funny because the angels are here, and you might have seen the orbs flying around my head. Jody, your dream place begins in your mind. So in your mind, you are in your dream place. See it in your mind, manifest it in your life. Now, it's not hocus pocus. You're not going to go, here it comes and I'm in my dream place. You're going to see it in your mind. You're going to believe it in your heart, and you're going to manifest it by doing physical action. Meaning, put the work into it, do the research, find the supporting factors. Here's what I see, Jody, and this again is for anybody. If you're going to look for something to happen, to manifest, to come into physical reality, you want to make sure it's on solid, stable ground. You want to build on a solid foundation. So get your ducks in a row. Make sure that you have done your homework, done your research. You know what it is you want in your heart and soul. And also make sure you've done some troubleshooting. What's the possibility of this not meeting or being in alignment with what it is that you currently need in your life? So for example, what Spirit's telling me, you may be wanting your dream space, but maybe it's a little off parameters because your health requires that you be over here instead of over there. So be very specific with what you're looking for. Kenzie, where and when will I meet my twin flame? And also, is my purpose to heal others or do music or both? Kenzie, you do heal others through your music. So keep doing your music and um, don't necessarily put this is successful because it's not about being successful in earthly sense. It's about being successful with how your heart feels. Hi V, glad you are live. V, can you please give me a little guidance to me? Maria Kraft, a little guidance. She appreciates it. Okay, let me pull a rune out, and let's see what we got here. So it is this rune. I don't know if you can see the rune. Oh, here. Can you see it back here? This is the rune. Okay. And so what does this rune mean? This rune is all about partnership, getting in alignment, getting in partnership. Here's the depth of the message. You don't have yourself aligned with the people that need to be in your circle in this moment. Reevaluate who's in your circle. Who are you hanging out with? Who are you giving your precious energy to? Because somebody in your circle's sucking it out of you. So make sure you're giving the right person. Okay. Hi, Jody Henry. Heidi, did you transfer over here, honey? Kelly Marie, what specific career for me is in the highest and greatest good? Kelly, something where you are using your heart. It's not to be analytical for you. It's a heart-centered career. That could be something to do with an organization that gives back. It could be something to do with working with children in an administrative capacity, if that's your thing. Make sure you're engaging and focusing on what your heart wants, not necessarily what your head wants. Okay. Hi, Benny. How are you? Karen, I love you, V. Keep going. Oh, Karen, thank you. That means so much to me. Hi, Michelle. Please help me find my path. Michelle, that's a way bigger request than this session, but I will tell you this. Every step you take put you on the path that you're meant to be on. Here is guidance for everyone listening. If you're questioning, is this right for me? Is this the way I should be doing this? Here's what you need to know. If you take a step, literal or figurative, ask yourself, does this expand me? Does it fill me up? Does it excite me? Or do I feel like this? Does it contract me? That's all you need to know. If it expands you, take the next step. And the next step would be action. Nothing happens until you take action. You have to take action. Did my sister Dessa and I share any past lives together? I see very quickly when you asked that question, I saw an open field and there were lots of people, migrant workers perhaps in the field, and it was you and this person that would then become your husband. The two of you as sisters, not necessarily in that life, but the husband or the partner that you have or will be calling in shared that life with you. So I just kind of give you what comes through in the moment. So I'm not sure if that helped or not. Hi, JV. In the past 6 months, I've fallen twice, resulting in a broken arm, needing surgery, and on the other head stitches. Is there something going on with my health? Have you had a recent MRI? Have they looked at your neuro stuff? I also get, I don't know if you've had some COVID or you've had some ear infections. I get that there's an imbalance in your inner ear. Kelly, you're welcome. Benny, numerology helped me find my purpose. Highly recommend. Oh, yay. I love that. Dana, anything I need to hear, feeling lost. So Dana, let's see what the runes have to say. I can also pull out, if my tarot cards are close, I can do that. So the runes have to say for Dana, the runes are saying, what has currently been in the dark, what you've currently been repressing, what you've currently been hiding out from, what you've currently been ignoring, there's the word, ignoring is coming to light. It's coming to the top, and you're going to see things from a different perspective. The more information you gather, the clearer the situation becomes. Right now, you're walking through a dark night of the soul. It doesn't seem like there's ever going to be an end, but you're coming up on an end. You really are. Let's see. Interior, what kind of healing would help me? Any messages from my higher self? What kind of healing? So this is what I hear. You need an overhaul. There's something from the head to the toes. And what that indicates when I see that, it starts at the crown. You need a chakra balancing. Do some chakra balancing, definitely. Nicole, is there any messages for me today? Let me move on to some more specific messages. You look great. Oh, thank you. Any messages for me regarding a new position and the timing of it? So a new position, February of 2023, end of February. There's going to be some sort of movement that starts on the 18th and solidifies on the 23rd or 4th. So you may go through an interview process. Let me see if I can find my cards. Oh, here they are. All right, so I'll whip out the handy dandy tarot cards. Let's see what we got. By the way, if you guys want a private reading with me, I'm offering psychic conversations now, and they are considerably less than a private reading. They're $99, but you share the space with 3 other people. What's really great about that, though, is that you get to feel and hear and get guidance constantly, even when it's not your question. If you want a private reading, I have those too. It's veronicadrake.com. Okay. So I'm going to pull a card. I forget. I lost the scroll, who the card was for. All right. Here we go. Here is the tarot du jour. The Hangman. And the way that I work with tarot is I get the first interpretation is the gut feeling, is the knowing. And it looks like a mystery to you, but it's not necessarily a mystery. This is something that you have been having subconsciously on the back burner, and you know how to figure this out. You know what the answer is. You're avoiding it. You're hoping that somebody else will come in and pick up the slack for you, and that's not gonna happen. It's time for you to hit the road. Hit the road. No coincidence. I said hit the road. Hit the road as in pack your bags, move along. You need to pick it up and move west. All right. Suzanne, any wisdom advice for my career? Jackie, hi V, need some guidance. Feel dead inside. Money issues, need to meet my love, my new job. Jackie, this is what I want to tell you. Jackie, go over to Facebook and get in my free group called Waking Up Your Inner Guidance. I'm going to put meditations on there. I'm going to put audios that you guys can listen to because I'm getting a lot of that low vibration from people. I don't know if it's partly the season or what, but I want to share some of my pre-recorded meditations, some of my guidance, because I feel like that'll help me or help me. There was a Freudian slip. I don't think we ever help anyone without helping ourselves. It's inevitable. Teresa says, Veronica, will I get rid of my property in Alabama? Yes, Teresa, you will get rid of it. You will get rid of it. So that was the answer to your question. Is there something more you want to know? Let's see. Anna, do you see my husband getting a job soon? Has he been dragging his feet, meaning being very selective about what he wants because he's highly qualified and maybe he's being a little stubborn? Yes, 2023, the Alabama property, probably summer-ish, late summer, early fall. No, back up. Let me take a sip of water. Alabama. Somewhere June through August. Should I pursue a certain man that I feel attracted to? Let's ask Tarot. If she pursues this certain man that she feels attracted to, what's the energy around that? What's the possibility? So it's not a yes or no. We're going to give you the energy around if you do it. It'll put to rest the questions that you have at the very least. You can stop asking questions. You're going to feel at first like this is daunting, it's overwhelming. You've not had good success doing this before, but if you relax, like remember I opened up with if you let go and you just surrender and float, everything will work out for you. Don't be afraid of the answer. Go after this person without expectation. That's the hardest thing we will ever do as humans, okay? Let the expectations go. Just be in the flow and in the know and in the trust, okay? Hi, Alexandra. Will I be successful in this job I'm at now? Thank you. That depends. When people ask questions like, will I be successful? It really depends because you can go into your job and as long as you know that you're doing 100% and you're giving it everything you have and you're showing up and you're being present, that in and of itself is success. And so if you're looking to see, will you make a good impression? Will you have longevity there? That's another sort of question. So guys, be really specific with how you're asking your questions. Meditation's good. Oh, Kenzie, I helped you find your cat. Oh, thanks. That's awesome. Sally, what does my spirit team say about developing my trance channeling skills? I've stalled and don't know how to move forward. Well, it's really about you being an open vessel, and you moving forward really has nothing to do with you except your intention. If your intention is to trance channel, you will do it. And the other thing is, you've got some heavy stuff coming up in your life in terms of, I don't know if it's family stuff or work family stuff, but there's a lot of stuff coming your way that you want to be able to balance and prepare yourself. It's not detrimental or harmful. It's just going to be a lot. And we could say we're all having a lot of stuff right now. You said I need to be here for my health. What issues should I be concerned about? Jody, that's a little, I don't do health readings on these. I don't have enough time. So that's one of the reasons. Hi, Barb. Do you see me moving within 5 years? Yes, but I don't know if it's going to be on your terms. So if you want to move on your terms, you need to put the action behind it, if that makes sense. Barb's been sick with the flu for 2 weeks. Oh, Barb, I'm sending angels over with chicken soup. Barb, I see at least a month. You're going to feel lethargic and down for at least a month. Hey, Cheryl, is my youngest daughter ready to come to my life? What can you tell me about the galactic beings who connected with me in 2010? Hi, Walter. Great question. So the galactic beings, it's like this, Walter. The first image I got is they tapped you on the shoulder and they said, we know that you're the perfect person to bring this forward. Walter, the reason they tapped into you is because they want the message delivered that only was given to you in a way that you can deliver it. Everything about your makeup is perfect for their mission. And their mission is global awareness. Global awareness of what, you asked? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Global awareness that they are here. And they are here to stay. So, Walter, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and get ready, because 2023, 24, 25, 26, next 3 years are going to be power-packed with cosmic being energies. And those that can communicate and get communicated with, you're going to be getting some pretty big messages and being called to the edge. Walter, this technology thing, master it, because there's more to come. How will you get your word out? There's that. Hey, Janice. Been wanting to touch base with you. I'm on track with my business and my life. Janice, I see, this is what I see. I snowshoes. You're going and I know everybody's got snow, but it isn't literal. You've got your snowshoes on, you're chugging away, you're plugging away, you're going at it. And I also feel like you're on the right path, but second guessing yourself sometimes. So maybe you take one step forward, two steps back. So just pick a lane and move forward because you're already doing it. Somewhere in the universe, this is already being done by you energetically. What is my core assignment in serving humanity? Sarah asks. Let's see. Let me see. You're not a one trick pony, meaning it's not just one thing that you'll do. There's a multitude of things. Your heart is drawn to a couple of different modalities, if you will. But here's the thing, they're showing me a big pot of soup, and we've got the magician card. There's a big pot of soup and it's being stirred up and stirred up and stirred up. And every time you add one more thing to it, the soup gets thicker. So now what you need to do is you need to start taking ingredients out. You need to start paring down what it is. And I said it earlier, what expands you and what contracts you. Do I have the bandwidth to do this? Is this something I could see myself settling into? You're not there yet because you're still acquiring skill sets, maybe knowledge. You're not there yet. Okay. Yes, for sure, Janice. Good. Glad to know it. Barb, take care. Sending the angels. Oh, Teresa, thank you. I'm glad to be here. To find another job. Okay, Jesse says, will I be able to find another job? I got fired for an unfortunate accident. So, Jesse, was the unfortunate accident, how do I say this? It's a public forum, so was the unfortunate accident known by you? Were you second guessing yourself? I'll leave it at that. Lynn, I've done a lot of things with Eric and Scalar Energy, but I feel with all the violence I had in my life, I need maybe something else that you do, like regression or something else. Hi, Lynn. How are you, honey? So the message I just got for you, Lynn, is this. The only way to it is through it. And so we can do the emotion code. We can look energetically at, bits and pieces and parts of your life, but cognitively, because the human mind knows what it knows and it relies on it, you must recreate the scenario. You must recreate the conversation. So in your life, conversations have happened, both external and internal, that you've taken to heart, that you've put the spin on as gospel. And so really what you would need to do, it would be to rewrite those conversations. And that might mean just rewiring what it is that you say, looking at the verbiage, and that happens one day at a time. I'm going to share something really profound with you that really, I'm trying to get this light right. I feel like I look like an ET. This is what changed my life. And I'm being completely 100% vulnerable and transparent here. I didn't grow up in a Disney movie or a Hallmark movie. There was a lot of shit. I was the product of an alcoholic and a schizophrenic or bipolar personality disorder, whatever you want to call it. And I had a very difficult life. And I didn't have any role models. I didn't have any mentors. People were always letting me down. And so what I did when I hit my 30s and I made my own mistakes, I got to be about 34, 35, and I started collecting quotes. Quotes saved my life. I had no idea how to get out of this hellhole rut that I was living in, and I was hurting people and I was making bad choices. And so I turned to quotes. I didn't know why I turned to quotes. Remember back in the day when they used to send you these things called magazines and you could buy them in the store and you would turn the pages, right? I would look specifically in Oprah magazine for quotes. and I would cut these quotes out when I felt them in my heart. I didn't know any of this stuff because I wasn't spiritual. I was just led to quotes. So I'm giving you this because this may be a way for you to follow through and find what it is you're looking for. So I would find the quote that expanded my heart. It made me feel the warm and fuzzy, all of that. And I would look at those words and I would feel those words and I would say, yes, these words resonate. These words are truth for me. So if I want to live these words, if I want to make these words my life, see, I didn't know how to make values. I didn't know what values were. I mean, I guess I did by not knowing. So I would say, how do I bring this to life give this life in my life? And so one of the quotes was, I think it's by Ananias. You will change, I'm paraphrasing, you will change when it becomes more difficult to stay in the situation you're in than it is to change. I didn't understand that quote at first. I would sit with it and I would get my little book out and I would write. And inevitably, I would just doodle because, I don't know, my head would go all over. And I thought, well, I'm just going to stay where I am because remember I said holding on to the side, it was safe. But when I realized that staying in the muck that I was in was much more difficult than the difficulty that would come with the change, I got it. I got the quote. I breathed life into the quote. I made the quote work for me. And it's where I began my journey. So I'm going to challenge you right now. I don't know if you have magazines. I just threw a shit ton of Oprah magazines out. Remember Oprah? Remember Oprah? But now go on the computer and Google quotes and just look what comes up. And then if you can't print them, write them out. I pasted them all over my desk. I hung them everywhere in my life. They literally changed my life. And I don't think it's too dramatic to say that they saved my life. They really did. Quotes do feel like the truth. Yeah, they do. They really do. When you see something that's truth. Here's the other thing. I'm all about teaching this work. I want everyone to know that you're psychic. You have the ability. There are varying degrees of this. Just like I can play the piano, but I'm not a good piano player. Trust me, I don't, that kind of thing. But with practice, anybody can learn. The first thing you want to do is learn how to sense your own bodily feelings. If you don't know how you feel, how are you going to know how spirit feels? So getting to know yourself is 101. And I am hardcore on that in my Going Within program. I teach it. I teach you how to go from self-doubt to self-confident, because self-doubt will inevitably have you second guessing everything in your life, including your psychic ability. Oh, I got to tell you, I forgot. On my website, there's something brand new. It's a freebie. Go on the front page, veronicadrake.com, and in under 10 minutes, you can find your strongest Claire. I walk you through this exercise. I forgot about that. So go do that. All right. Back to this. I swear. Last night, I woke up at 1:28 a.m. I went pee. Went back to bed, laid there, looked at the clock at 2 o'clock, looked at the clock at 2:30, looked at the clock at 3:15, looked at the clock at 4:30, looked at the clock at 6:48. I didn't sleep. This is my second cup of coffee, but when I do this right here, I'm jacked up. I am so invigorated to be in front of you. I can't even tell you. You guys don't know how much you give to me just by being in my presence like this. I feel fed, if that makes sense. Anyway, all right. Zoe says, my parents are in bad health and I'm thinking about quitting my job and taking care of them full time. Will I be able to find a way to care for my parents, but also find a way to keep my lights on? Zoe, here's the thing. I am giving you this. It's complete intuition. You may be able to be compensated from any monies that your parents have. Now, hear us say this. It sounds greedy, and the reality is you're using the money to take care of them. And by them taking care of you, you can take care of them. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get wealthy. I'm saying if there's a little bit of monies that they have that you can work with, that may be an option for you. Oh, Caroline, thank you. Okay. Oh, thank you. Channeling Eric, you love my work. I feel very, very cozy being here with you. Oh, thank you. That is so sweet. Okay. Can you tell us about your process, warming up, so to speak, to do a session with a client? Is it different from doing a Channeling Eric session? Walter, we're doing it. So, which Walter, we will reschedule, by the way. Warming up. So that's a great question. So my psychic story is I didn't know I was psychic. I didn't know I was mediumship. I didn't know any of that. I was just this kid who was trying to survive, not get lost in the shuffle, and not feel loved, I guess. And I have always just known things. I would always talk to myself because there wasn't anybody else. It was my little brother, but I would talk to myself and I would feel energies. And so when you say warming up, I don't have a ritual per se. I don't sit down and I don't and I don't and I don't look at the moon or whatever. I mean, and this is a moonstone, by the way. See, there's my ADHD coming in. Having said that, it's kind of inherent in me. I have been doing this for so long that I know when it's time to engage. It's almost like getting in the car. You don't think about where you push the button to turn the car on, put your foot on the gas. Like, you don't think about that. So for me to go into readings, it's just as natural as talking. And when I talk like this, and I'm actually in a session with a client, I have to really discern to the client, this is not me talking. This is something coming through me. Not all channelers go into a different voice. It doesn't work like that for me. I think it's really cool when people do it. Like, it's awesome, but it's just not how it works for me. I channel beings, benevolent beings, loving beings. And recently I channeled ETs. I don't know. I call them cosmic beings. It feels nicer. So that was brand new for me. Thank you, honey. I love you too. Like a switch, you can turn it off and turn it on. Walter, that's a good question. It doesn't ever really go off. I learned how to manage it. I learned how to, like today I was at an event, Christmas luncheon, and there were many people there, and I can look at somebody and I could feel how that person felt. Should I choose to, I can go over and talk to them. Never do you give anyone a reading without their permission. They ask you, you don't ask them, ever. That's a cardinal rule. But what it does do is a great conversation opener. So I can go over and I can open up a conversation with what I know because I intuited it. But you never get voyeuristic in someone's life. I would never go into specifics without their permission. So in that regard, it's always on. Yes. Moonstone. Yeah, I was in New York, Rochester, New York. And I saw this and I thought, how beautiful. And when I feel this, when I wear this, it feels very luxurious. And I've got my green Christmas on today. Hey, Maureen C. My husband, me, and 2 of our children live in France for my husband's work. How long will we remain here in France, and will we move? Where will we move next? Thank you. I see at least 18 months where you are. And next is completely based on free will, wherever he or you guys choose to go to follow the work. Because I hear follow the bread. So, Robin K. Yes, if you speak with an accent or a different voice, it means you are trance channeling. Allow the being into your body to communicate. We really want to be high vibe. Before doing that. Oh, I don't want to do that stuff. I don't know. I don't have like a thing like for something to be in me. I don't know. I mean, I love to watch it. I think it's the coolest thing, but I don't think that's for me. Suzanne, my question keeps getting skipped, but I am receiving excellent breadcrumbs from other people's questions and I can feel spirit working. Yes, that is it right there. Slam dunk. That's why I do these group things. Think about it. There's 68, 75 people here. I can give these answers for Susie Q up here, and you can just come down here and go, oh, yeah, that means something to me. That's why I created Psychic Conversations. It's 4 people. It's an intimate setting. There's 4 of you, and I'm with you for 90 minutes, and I'm giving you guidance. It's like filled with guidance. Jump in there, book a session. There's 4 people in one session. All right. Do you ever get information from dreams? Absolutely. Absolutely. So when we sleep, our soul goes and does what it does, right? And I get information, I get downloads because I remember my dreams. I can dream something, and if it's really strong enough, I will go to bed the next night and say, this is where I want to pick up. And I will pick up that dream because I believe, I don't have any evidence for this, but I believe that our soul is having experiences and bringing it back to our subconscious, and we're watching it. I wonder what ETs I've been in a past life, Sherry says. The Pleiades comes right up real quick. The 7 sisters, like you've been on all of them. Oh, MC, I love you too. Oh, Robin. Oh, thanks, Robin. That's so sweet. Okay. Let me see. Every day. Yep. Moonstone. Yep. Is there something? Oh, so I got a question for you guys. Do you guys have any questions about my process? How I do what I do? Who does what I do? So how can you distinguish if it's an ET or angels or someone who has passed away? Oh my God, Nirvana, that is a fucking brilliant question. So how can you distinguish? For me personally, it's a feeling, it's a sense, it's a knowing. Go take that test on my site and take that video, and you'll get to know what yours is. When the angels are here, you saw them. They will fly around like orbs like that. It'll look like specks out the corner of my eye. I'll see like little flashes and specks out the peripheral. Here's a little tip for you. When you think you see something out your peripheral, out the side of your eye, what do? You go like this, right? Don't do that, because when you do that, I'm going to use human language, okay? This isn't exactly it, but when you do that, it goes away. It goes away. Like, think about somebody staring at you. When they stare at you in physical reality, and you turn and you look at them, what do? They look away. They go away. Don't look at the spirit. If you see something out the peripheral, out the side of your eye, don't look at it. Just be with it. Just feel it. Ask it who it is. Talk to it. And get that guidance. So angels that way. Eric is always in my right ear. It's like a fullness, if you will. Here's the thing for me. My benchmark is this. I don't care who comes in and talks to me, as long as you are expansive, as long as you are benevolent, as long as you are loving. In any event that I feel anything feels constrictive or heavy or dark, I shut it right off. I don't even entertain it. And I can do that in a nanosecond. I can feel it. They're out there. Yeah, they try to get in, but hey, I rule the show. Hi, Raul. Oh my God. How are you? Yay. I feel something, but shut down because it gives me the EBGBs. Well, small wildflowers, that's something to work on. That when I work with clients, I help them build their confidence, because being confident, getting out of self-doubt, that will take care of that. Janice, I do, but not like you do. I am doing more connections with automatic writing for others. That's brilliant. But I am still passing on messages when they come through in one of my clairs. Oh, that's awesome. Walter, can you share with us any experiences you may have had with trickster energies? So when I first started out, I was unsure of what I was doing. And when an energy came in that wasn't completely on the up and up, let's say, I won't call it evil, I won't call it dark, but it wasn't completely on the up and up, I would get, believe it or not, tongue-tied. It was inevitable. I couldn't deliver the message. Like, I couldn't speak. Like, it would come out, And so after a few times of doing that and hearing, you need to look into this because why is this happening? And I would drill into it and I would say, well, why is it when, and then I would correlate it. Your body is magnificent. I would correlate it to bodily sensations. So when I would feel something that wasn't quite above board or it was trickster, I would get it like a gut punch. Like it was not that dramatic, but it would feel like somebody was punching me in my gut. And I began to understand when that comes in, I need to say, thank you, but no thank you. And I need to move on from it. So I hope that helps. Santa, oh my God, wasn't that the best channeling? Santa Claus. Oh, I love the energy of Santa. Listen, if you know me, you know, I'm really funny. Okay. So here's the message from Santa. I'm going to crack myself up. You ready? Don't be a ho, ho, ho. Am I ridiculous or what? That was just a little joke. It really wasn't me channeling Santa, but don't be a ho, ho, ho. All right. I'm crazy. Raul's back from Peru. Oh my God, you're becoming a shaman. Oh, when you're there and you're ready, you need to come talk to the group. Hi, Helen. Sometimes I see spirits. I don't know what that word is. Well, I continue to see them. I don't know. How do you fix it? What am I fixing? Has Eric met Grant yet, Kristen? Oh, Kristen. Eric's doing this. He's got his arm around him. He's got him, Kristen. He's got him. That's beautiful. Do our animal spirits change? Was told I have a snow leopard and black panther. How do they impact us? Great question. Native Americans look at animals as medicine for the soul. So I want you to think about it like this. If your spirit animal is a snow lion, I want you to understand the principles, the energy, the makeup, the what a snow lion consists of. Like, you know, what's the traits of a snow lion, right? Or a snow, is that what you said? Snow leopard. Look at the traits, and then you can be sure you need some of that. That's how spirit animals are medicine for us. Now, I was told, downloaded, when we come into this life, we come in with one main spirit guide, one main spirit animal that stays with us, and one guardian angel. We can have multiple spirit guides and angels and animals around us, multiple at any one time, multiple. But there are 3 that are our main tribe. Okay. I feel my vibration just being part of this live event. It feels like oxygen. That makes me want to cry. Seriously, like, you ever wake up and you ever wonder, like, do I even matter? Does anything I say matter? Does anything I do matter? You ever wake up and feel like shit? Like you just think, I want to give up. I want to move on. I want to, you ever feel like that? And then you go out and you see the world and something divine gets transpired and you feel gratitude. What you just posted there about being here and this being oxygen was something I desperately needed to hear, Texas gal. I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that what I do matters. And it has nothing to do with me. It really is important that each one of us show up every day, even if we're trying to get our shit right, just show up in an energy that says, I'm trying to get my shit right, and be the best person you can be. And that's really all we can do. And I don't know. I'll tell you one of my dreams. This is me. I feel like I want to get a Chevy van and I want to pack it up. I want to make one of those vans that, that people live in. And I want to drive across the country. I want to start on the East Coast where I am. And I want to drive across the country and I want to stop in every little, I call it little podunk town, every little town. And I want to go up to the local diner and I want to meet with groups of people from every walk of life, from every city and every state. I want to be with the energy of people. I want to feel you. I want you to understand that we are all one. I want you to understand that this mission we're on, this mission of life, we're all in it together. And we need to stop fighting each other. And we need to stop comparing each other. And we need to stop looking out for what's not going to work. Instead, we need to look for what is working. What are we grateful for? So I want to tell you, I might be getting that van revved up. I don't know if it'll be a van because can't see me sleeping in a van at 60 years old. But does anybody remember the show Alice? Remember where she was a waitress and she had all her little cronies that would work with her and I do need a troop. Alice, right? That she worked at Mel's Diner. That's the kind of place I want to go. Mel's Diner. And I want to just pull up and I want to, get out and I want to just have a date and a time and everybody comes in and we all just chat and we talk and we spread the love. I'll call it the love tour. Let's go on the love tour, the psychic love tour. How about that? I'm 60. I'm 6. I turned 60 in October. You know what? I have no shame in that. I'm like, I love 60. I got the wrinkles. I got the gray. I took the nails off. I cut the hair off. I lost the weight. I'm letting the hair. I can't. I just want to be me. I just want to be me. And you know what? Here's the message. I don't know who needs to hear this, but thank you, Haran. Whoever you are, you're good enough. You're pretty enough. You're smart enough. You're enough. I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care what you've been told. You're enough. You hear me? And listen, I'm going to give some really serious thought about the love tour. Wouldn't that be really cool? Tell me where you live. What towns are you guys in? Like, I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm in Easton, Pennsylvania, home of Larry Holmes, heavyweight champ. Teresa. So DC, we got DC. We got Blue Ridge, Georgia. That sounds like a place we'd have a Mel's Diner. Arizona, a little town called Buckeye. I love it. Charlotte, California, El Paso. West Yorkshire. Ooh, that's a big tour for me. Washington State, Boston, Mass, Ontario, Tasmania. Oh, Tasmania, Australia. Upstate New York. I love me some upstate New York. It's where I got my moonstone, Rochester, Buffalo area. Coleman, Alabama. That's not Topeka, Kansas. Modesta, California. I almost said oregano. It's Oregon. Western Mass. Love me some Massachusetts. Pop-up love tour for me. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be fun? California, Sheboygan. Oh my God, there's really a Sheboygan. BC, Canada. Yes. Maine. Oh, on the coast of Maine. Love it. Oklahoma. Oh, okay. 60 years young. Yeah, I love it. Suburban of Detroit, Raleigh. Oh, yay. Saudi. I don't think I'll be going there. I don't know how to get there. Tel Aviv. Oh, Tel Aviv. Okay, cool. Sarasota Springs, Melbourne, Australia. Reading. Sherry, you're not far from me. Listen, I'm going to go because in full disclosure, I am going to go and I am going to write in my journal, because right now my heart feels like it wants to write. My heart feels like it wants to release all of this love out into the universe, and I'm going to write it down. And what I do when I write it down, I blow it off the page and into the universe so that it can take the love that's in my heart and now on the paper that I save for later, because sometimes I need that motivation, and I'm going to blow it out into the universe. So, veronicadrake.com, get that freebie, take the test on there, the homepage. Psychic Conversations, 4 of you in one group, very affordable. Private reading, going within. There's a lot of stuff. All right. Mwah. I love you so much. I really do. I really fucking love you. Take that to the bank. All right, guys. See you later.